It's late and tired. I'm in bed and I need a new Sharpie because I've just drawn the shittest Realcovery model framework I think I've ever drawn, because look, it's really faded. But for some reason I need to do this version of the model about recovery. It's in my head. My recovery experience, real recovery experience, is wanting to be mapped. So here, at this point, I'd been completely unmade. I'd been a whole-sized human, but then I was returned to being like a newborn. You know, the tiniest. I had to start all over again. I was like a caterpillar gone gloopy, needing to reshape itself to become a butterfly or that kind of thing. You know, I had been a secondary school teacher, but I'd had a breakdown and I had to leave my job. I had to leave everything that defined me. I lost relationships. I lost my sense of self completely. I lost my ability to feed myself, to get myself to the loo, to do all these things. I really was reduced to this state of being very like a newborn. And so I set out to recover. And my recovery at first wasn't really for me. It was for all the people telling me I had to recover. So I worked on expanding and recovering to please people. So my kind of phase one here at this point was about recovering to please others. You know, the professionals told me I had to go to a course, so I went to a course. The psychiatrist told me I had to take medication, so I took medication. My mum told me that she cared about me and I had to play Scrabble to reconnect my brain, so I played Scrabble. You know, my kids needed me, my husband needed me, my friends were telling me. So all of it was for that. But then I reached this point here where I'd actually got mobilised, I guess, because I was recovering and I was recovering for these people. But then I realised that wasn't enough, and actually I couldn't please people, because one person wanted me to do one thing, so one person would be over here going, do this, and another person would be over here telling me to do the exact opposite. And it was constantly fragmenting me. You know, I was trying to please this person, I was trying to please this person, and I couldn't please everyone at all. And it was going, actually, at this point, I'd really started to care about recovering. I'd started to care about becoming whole again. But I actually found that I couldn't, because I was pleasing this person, and not doing anything for myself, and actually really wasn't recovering. So there was this point when I had to choose me instead of choosing these other people, and I had to start saying no to them. I had to start saying, no, you don't know what's best for me. You know, you don't know what's best for me. I feel like I need to do this. And that started, interestingly, this really follows Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the levels of that. It started with my physical body. So here I am in the middle. My body, my physiology, the meditations that I found helpful, the breathing patterns that I found helpful, the kind of food that I found good for me. All of that sort of stuff. It started with my body, not this person who was telling me to take these vitamins and this person that was telling me to go for walks every single day. It had to start with what my body wanted. Now, my body didn't want to go for these strict 10-minute walks. It wanted to wander, you know, based on how it felt, not on what it was told to do. So, like, this was different. I started, instead of looking out from myself towards these people for advice and guidance, I started turning towards me and listening to me. Okay, I'm gonna start recovering from here, from me. You know, I'm going to expand from this starting point. I'm going to ask myself what I need. So then from my body, it went to my environment. what kind of environment do I need to be in? And I found peer support spaces, which was amazing. Peer support spaces meant I could be not in hierarchical teaching environments where I was being told what to do, which is this way, isn't it? You know, if you look at that, this top down way, where I would be here, here I am, completely splatted, needing to like recover, and here are these people saying do this and do this and do this, and I did, and I got to here. But then it shifted. So instead of that, what I needed was to be able to stand like I was in the middle of a seesaw. Yeah, and I was finding the balance. Here I am finding the balance in the middle of the seesaw, and these people are supporting me from bottom up. So they are saying, they are reflecting to me, they are saying what they see instead of telling me what to do. And it's really, really, really different. This person might say, I see you're going through this and I have some experience of that. Can I share that experience with you? And you'd go, oh yeah, okay, that's really helpful. Yeah, I'd like to hear your story. And this person might go, okay, I can see that this is happening for you. Do you know you're a bit manic, or do you know you're a bit down? Have you seen that? Do you want to chat about it? Do you know what I mean? These reflective conversations, instead of go for a walk or have this vitamin, or like do this thing that I do because it worked for me and so it should work for you. It completely flips the direction of support, completely flips. When you get into this phase of recovery, which is here, this phase number 2 is always about trial and error. It's always about experimentation. It's always about the person in recovery finding out what works for them, instead of this phase where you're literally told what to do. And this phase is essential. If you've been in crisis, you might need to be told what to do because that might save your life. But there is definitely a point here when the whole dynamic needs to flip so that you can independently take your recovery back. And that's what I found. And I had to fight for it because these people, well-meaning, kind, did not want to stop telling me what to do. They didn't want to kind of help me be them in the middle of this seesaw, making my decisions, helping myself. But anyway, so what I found was here in phase 1, I am recovering to please others. Then I've discovered no matter what I do, I actually can't please everybody. So can't please everyone. And it's keeping me ill because I'm not making decisions from myself. I'm continually split. So then when I decided that I would make decisions for myself, from myself, by myself, through myself, instead of looking always outwards to all these people that I can't please, instead I start really focusing on me and asking how I feel and what I notice, what my body wants. So as soon as I started, this is a head-based place, yeah, head. This is like, this would be body, heart, heart, head, but it flips. So your body leads, body, heart, head. So the body here is leading. So I go, hey body, how do you feel? What do you need right now? Do you need a wee? Do you need food? Are you cold? Are you tired? What do you need? And then I look at my environment and I go and seek out environments that are healthy for me. Ones where I am not being made less than other people. Ones where I'm not being harmed. Ones where I'm safe. And again, these are the Maslow's hierarchy of needs levels. And then in those environments, I'd look at relationships. So this is about love and belonging. When I find places where I can be nurtured, where I feel cared about, where I belong, that gives me an incredible strength. And then from there, I'd start to find out how I feel about myself. So how do I feel about me? Do I like me? Can I ask those questions now? Am I safe to ask those questions? Because until my body is safe, until my environment's safe, and until I have supportive relationships around me, it is very hard to turn inwards to ask those deeper questions about how I feel about myself. Now, one of these spaces that I had where my body was safe, where I was in a good environment, and where I found a really healthy, nurturing relationship was in therapy. But I had to search for the right person because the relationship was really important. And it took a while. I didn't find a therapist straight away. I had, experienced a few different kinds until I found art therapy that worked really well. And then that enabled me in a really safe, cocooning, nurturing way to think about how I felt about myself, and then to find my identity, my new identity, my after breakdown identity, which I found here. Again, I'm in the middle of the seesaw. I'm balancing, I'm experimenting, I'm trying things out. Sometimes I felt like I might fall off, but then there were people to catch me, And then eventually there's a wonderful light bulb moment of connection. Ooh, I know who I am now, and I'm recovered. So here, sorry to go back to this, where I was. In phase 1, I was recovering to please others. In phase 2, I was learning to recover based on me. And it was a process of learning. There we go. And then when it all joins up, when my head and my body are all aligned together, which is they were fragmented here, they weren't getting on, they were fighting each other. But when they are lined up and joined up here in this lovely moment that feels like a light bulb realization, where I know it, I know who I am, I know I'm well, I know I can go forward and go and do things because I feel it in my body and I know it in my head. So there you go, that's recovered. That's the moment where you know you are real. And then it's not about recovering to please others. It's not about learning to recover based on me. I've learned to recover based on me. So then, because the recovery part is done, I've learned how to do that. I go and I live real. Oh, I'm shaking a bit. I'm really tired. So I would be considered recovered, and I would live forwards in my life based on what I know of me and my identity at that point. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to experience challenges, because again, life is lived like you're on a seesaw, and there are good days and bad days. There are smooth sailing periods of time, and there are ups and downs in life, aren't there? Good days, bad days, stormy times, like smooth sailing times. It happens like that, doesn't it? So you're living real, but you can always, because you then know yourself, you're responsive to whatever happens in life. And you know that you have the strength to find your balance, to make decisions for yourself, to navigate relationships. And so here, 3, this is recovering to please others. This is realizing you can't please everyone. This is learning how to recover from yourself. This is knowing that you can recover based on yourself if you need to, but feeling recovered. And then this is going on to live your real, your new real, knowing yourself, knowing you can look after your body, knowing you can choose good environments, knowing that you can form healthy relationships, feeling everything about yourself, not just good, not just bad, but everything, the whole rainbow spectrum of emotion, because that is so important. And because you know how you feel about things, you can make decisions. Because you know how you feel about things, you can hold boundaries. And then you know who you are, and then you go, whoop, hi, there I am, I know who I am now. And then because you know who you are, you can navigate the ups and downs of life, and you can go and live real. Yeah, I felt like I had to map that right now. Thank you for watching this, if you watched all the way through. It is late at night, The light is crap because I'm in bed. So it's not like the best video, but like anyway, thank you for watching. Yeah, these are the phases of things. This framework is the Realcovery model. These triangles, 1, 2, 3. You can map anything with it. I'd love it if you'd have a go. Honestly, you can personalise these to be everything. This could be past, present, future. Or it could be thoughts, blah, 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 thoughts here, feelings, behaviour. Oh, honestly, you can personalise it to be so many things. And now I'm waffling, and now I should go to sleep. Anyway, take care. Hope you're okay, and I'll share more soon. Bye.